A few years ago I worked in corporate America, and I was working on a team where we reached out to technological giants around the United States and things like that, and that was really what my job was. And one of the things I struggled with was I wanted instantaneous response, and what I mean by that is I just wanted to make my calls and I wanted to get them done and I wanted them to be over. And one day I was sitting there kind of struggling because, you know, our metrics were we had to make 60 calls a day, we had to be on the phone 2 hours outbound, and that didn't include inbound, didn't include a lot of the work we had to do and that kind of thing. And this young guy came over to me and he says, "You're a hunter." And I went, "And you're telling me what?" And he says, no. He says, "You're a hunter. You want to pick up the gun, shoot something, and call it done." And he said, "Unfortunately, a lot of this isn't like that." He says, "You need to learn to be a fisherman." And so here it is, wisdom from a 30-year-old, you know, that came to me, and I really respect him. And I don't mind telling you it was my son, because he knows his dad pretty well. He's like, "Dad, all your life you've just gone out and done whatever you want to do, and you just get it over with. And if you go to a meeting and you don't complete a sale, you almost take it personally." And so that was the beginning of some of my thinking. So as I look at the Plexus business, what I want to encourage you about is that so much of this is really about fishing. We're not trying to be salespeople. Of course, we need to close and we want to make that final sale, you know, close the deal for whether it's a preferred or a retail customer. But we also, you know, we want to make sure that we don't hinder people's progress and the process that they're in. And so sometimes that process may take 10, 12, 14 times. And I'm just going to encourage you, never give up. Just as my son said to me that day, you need to look at this like fishing. I took it to heart and I thought a lot about it. And even though I'm not in the technological world anymore, I still see the fruit of that. That in this game we call Plexus and things, we say we're about sharing and we say we're about selling. And I think, I mean, about not selling, but focusing on sharing. And one of the things I saw yesterday, I was sitting there talking to this young guy. He's in corporate America himself, works for the largest company in the community. You know, they employ thousands of workers. They're the largest food distribution company on the East Coast. And he and I were talking, and he's like, and we were just having a conversation, and you know, I touched on health and wellness, and I touched on Plexus for but a moment, and I kept right on going. And even though he didn't ask me what the company was or what it was specifically, and I did give him an opening, what I saw was there was something to be interested about. So I really just finished what I was doing and I headed out. So in fishing, you know, you have to keep throwing the bait out there. And you may throw the bait out there 5, 10, 15, 20 times to the same person. You may be trying to entice this person to rise to the surface. And what I want to encourage you about more than anything else is that this is fishing. And not every cast brings in a fish. But ultimately, if you keep fishing, you'll keep catching. And so just keep reaching out to the same people. Just yesterday, we had somebody that came on the team who had said no so many times to other people, but it was just the right time. And the difficulty is sometimes you lose one because you decided that, or you thought that that person wasn't going to come to pass. But I'm convinced that there's no dry river when it comes to Plexus, that as long as we keep throwing the bait out there, sooner or later they're either going to come to us, they're going to refer somebody to us, or they're going to do something of that nature. So anyways, I just want to encourage you that it's okay to be a hunter sometimes, but don't get discouraged. Learn that follow-up, actually, you know, your fortune is found in the follow-up, and just keep following up with people, because really they're just looking for the right opportunity. And I'll tell you, I lost one a couple weeks ago. I made a post, and somebody on my team, they called that person on my team and said, "Hey, I saw Lee's post." And anyways, they bought from them. So you never know. But anyways, just wanted to say that. Hope the weather is as good where you are as it is here. It's like 80 degrees. Unfortunately, my motorcycle is calling my name, but I can't get to it. So anyways, love you guys. Really appreciate all that you do and everything. Have a great day.